Hello guys, you are welcome to this training. I am Nibota Ismail. Now, I figured out a lot of people had problems connecting with cookies, especially when it came to having accounts on Skillshare, Coursera, and the rest, Cloud Academy, as I provided access to. Now, so this short tutorial is basically supposed to show you what are cookies, how to use them, and how to use the cookie editor in order to access them. So let's take this very brief. So now I'll show you a bit of documentation so that, and at the end of the day, I'm going to give you access to this file. So cookies tracking, so how you can track cookies, everything about cookies. So that's what we'll be looking at. Now, cookies are small pieces of data that are stored on a user's device by a website they visit. They are commonly used to track and remember the information about the user and their browsing behavior. Okay, so now whenever you're interacting with a website, what happens is they always ask you, or let's say they keep track of your data. Now, what are cookies actually? So these are pieces of information, data that your browser stores, tracks, so that it can keep let's say it can keep track of whatever you are doing, so that whenever you return next time, they can provide you with better user experience. So actually, cookies are not meant for ill purposes. They're actually there to enhance your activity when interacting with the website. Now, so different browsers, different websites have their own cookie policies dependent on what you want. So let's see. So now cookies serve various purposes, including now session management. Cookies can be used to maintain information about the user sessions on the website. Okay, personalization, they can be used to personalize your user experience. Tracking and analytics. So this, for example, when you use Google, now Google automatically has ensured that whenever they display results, whenever they give you feedback from your search result, it's based on your cookies. Most of the times, this is because they track what you like, they track your activity, and can provide you with a more customized user experience, such that you are not going to have problems when requesting for data and information. Okay, so for advertisement purposes, you will notice that most of the time when you move on to platforms like Facebook, when you move on to platforms like Google, when you do a search, especially the adverts that show to you correspond to your interest most at times. So most of what is shown to you correspond to your interest. This is because they have copy of the data, what you access, so they can easily target you whenever advertisements or information related to what you like is brought forth. So it's important to note that there are different types of cookies, including first-party cookies set by the website you are visiting, and third-party cookies set by third-party domains such as advertisers and analytics providers. So okay, so that's interesting. I'm going to provide a piece of this documentation. Such that after I finish with this, so you can go through it again. Now, due to privacy concern, regulations like the General Data Protection Regulation and California Consumer Privacy Act require websites to obtain user consent. So this is in order for a website to actually use your cookies, they must explicitly demand for it. But there are methods now where you, as the person using your, let's say, particular device, a particular website, you can decide to export your cookies, make it available. So this is dependent on you. So what is basically this video for? I'm going to be showing you how now you can also now export your cookies such that someone can have access to your content, to your data. Maybe perhaps you are logged in on your website, someone can use your information via cookies and log in on your website, as long as you have provided the cookies. So now importing cookies on Chrome. So when you are working with Chrome, I always like using Chrome because of the cookie editor. I'm not really versed with others, but I think Chrome is one of the best as of now. So install the cookie extension. So when you go to Chrome Web Store, you search for the cookie editor extension, you need to install it. I'm going to have a practical session just immediately after this. So let's just go through, so that while we'll be working, we'll just be looking at exact directives. Now, access the extension. Once installed, you can access the cookie editor extension by clicking the icon. Okay, so usually located in the upper right corner of the web browser. Open the cookie editor, click the extension icon. Now when you open a cookie editor, you are going to need to import it. So you are going to need to import a particular cookie. So you need now to choose the file type. File type basically most of the times are always in JSON files. So I'm going to explain to us. I believe most of the people watching this video, I provided you to cookies to some websites. So perhaps you have seen the nature of JSON files. You have seen the nature of JSON files and how they can be used. So verify imported cookies, save changes. So after you do this, most of the times refresh your page, you're automatically going to be now accessing information from someone else's let's say interaction with a certain browser, with a certain website, as per storing your cookies. Now let's take a look. Okay, I think that's all as of now. So now let's go immediately onto the web so that we can see how to start working. Okay, so provided you want to use a cookie extension, you just go to your browser, search for cookie editor. So search for cookie editor. I'll search for this. So we can see here we have cookie editor. Now remember, it's a Chrome extension. There's another one here, but we are not using this. Use this, is a Chrome extension. I think I have a little bit of poor network, but just await while it initializes. So if for those of you who are following up, you can just go ahead, install the cookies. Now if you check, this is the address to the Chrome web store in case you want to download extensions. Now what are extensions when it comes to Google Chrome? What are extensions when it comes to browser? They add extra functions to the site, or let's say they add extra functions to the web browser, provided they were not initially brought forth with the browser. So for example, cookie editor was not initially there with the browser, so it has added the feature. So it's just like an enhancement. So other people now came to see that perhaps you may want certain things which are not available, so you can make them now available. Okay, so we see this is a cookie editor extension. Now by default I've already activated it. That's why you can find here it says remove from Chrome. So it's already activated. So you now who have not activated it, click on this, you are going to see add. Just follow the little procedures. Now it's going to be added. How now do you make use of it? Whenever you go to a website, let me say for example we're struggling to work with Skillshare. Let me look for Skillshare. Okay, so let me look for this. Okay, this is Skillshare. Okay, so let me wait while that loads up. Okay, now seeking to make it more realistic as was provided initially, we are going to be using Cloud Academy for this tutorial. Sorry, I started with Skillshare, but I just changed that. Now, okay, this is Cloud Academy. I want to access it, but I will need to log in. I will need to start a free trial, and most of the times I may not have access to the content. So what's going to happen now is that since most of you do not have access to this, I am going to provide you with my cookies such that you will be able to access it. So I'll give you, so these are the cookies you are going to be using. So if you notice it, this is a JSON file. This is a JSON file for Cloud Academy, which includes the cookies you are going to be using. So now let's copy the cookies from here. So I believe for those of you, I sent this on WhatsApp. So now you use the cookie editor extension. So you come up here. Okay, this is the cookie editor. So now you can see you do not have permission to request permission this side. Allow. Okay. The cookie editor never had permission to access this site. Okay, so now we can see this is the website. So let's deal with the cookies. So first of all, delete everything here in the name of cookies. I'll click on import. I'll now import the JSON file which was originally created. So